Good morning, everyone. Hello, and welcome to this live session. And today's Wednesday, and I was going to do a little bit about nature. Um, I guess that's a big subject, and that got me thinking about what is nature, and that relates to our environment and living things and ourselves. Um, and it's a big subject, so I thought we would give it a go. And I'd like to say now we're probably looking at a computer screen if we're watching or listening in, live streaming or whatever. Nowadays we tend to look at a screen a lot. And if you could take anything away from this, I would ask that you spend a little bit more time outside. And even if you live in a city, or somewhere where there's not a lot of not so many trees or places like that, you can always find a park and a quiet, gentle place just to observe and listen and spend some time in in nature. So I guess we best start with just a little bit of awareness. If you want to follow me, and then we can get going. So wherever you are, if you're in a busy environment, noisy house, or maybe you're looking out the window, or whatever environment you're in at the moment, just take a second to shut down your eyes and really listen. Become aware of any noises you can hear outside the room. Become aware of any noises you can hear inside the room. Take your awareness to your skin, sensations of heat or cold, or the clothes against the skin. Covers the whole of the body, largest organ. And then shifting our awareness to our breath. We're just going to breathe in any way you like, through the nose or through the mouth. And just let it out. You can sigh if you like. And again, deep breath in. Expand the lungs, the chest, the rib cage, the belly. And let it out. A few more breaths. Good. And then you could just make any gentle movements you like. I like to start with the neck. So breathing in, drop your ear to one side maybe. And to the other. Maybe you can get a little bigger as well in terms of, working into the shoulders as well as the neck. And finding a nice side stretch with the breath. All I'm doing is just waving from side to side. And then allow yourself to then just find a gentle forward curve and come back. And then I'm going to go to the side. Inhale. Keep your awareness going. And dropping down. Curving to come back up. Last little thing, just a little movement to connect with our body and our breath. Next in-breath, feel nice and tall, open in the back space of the body, shoulders, heart. And as you inhale or exhale, just drop your chin until your chin, sometimes it can touch the chest, it might not, the neck's a bit tight. And then allow that weight just to travel down through the rest of the spine until you find a nice back curve. And really breathe into the back space here. So I'm curving over my center, breathing into the back of the lungs, really finding a nice deep curve, curving the shoulders, curving the body. Keeping the breath going. And then rolling up through that curve. And I'm just going to pretend I'm waking up in the morning and just take a nice big stretch. Stretch as much as you like here, yawn, do whatever you need. Take an arm circle behind you. Change to the other arm. And see if you can just take your hands and arms behind you to touch your back, pressing into your back, slide your shoulders down and allow a little arch through the top of the chest just to see the sky. Imagine there was a lovely blue sky there. Arch your belly a little as well. Slide your shoulders back. And we'll come back from there. Good. So one of the little tasks I learned from a wonderful dance artist called Jill Clark that would be good for us to do at the moment. I wanted to do this session outside, but it's very wet, raining a lot, and I had no one to hold my camera. So we're inside today. But you can find nature indoors as well, houseplants and animals and different things like that. But this is an exercise to take outside when you have the time. So maybe repeat what we just did. So connecting yourself with the environment, taking time to listen to the sounds, taking time to become aware of the temperature, connecting with your breath, relaxing, and maybe making some gentle movements just to feel your body. And when we finish that, just start to observe where you are in the space. And if you're in a park, there might be trees, grass, bushes, people. And I'd like you just to sit in the space for a good 10 minutes or so and start to notice how much grounding there is, how grounded things are. So how solid they are, how much stability they have. Really notice that sense of grounding, how grounded you are, how grounded the plants are maybe, or the soil. And then after about, half the time, say 5 minutes or so, start to then look at how free things are. So how much movement they have. So how much movement does the grass have? Or particular plants or bushes? Notice the subtle movements that they make, the animals, people. And just start to notice how much movement is around you. And that's my little task for you to take outdoors. So similar to what we did, take time just to connect with your own body, find a beautiful space outdoors, and then take time to find your sense of groundedness, what you can witness. You can see groundedness, touch it, feel it, and then to transfer your awareness to freedom and see how much freedom there is. And then after that, if you feel like having a little explore in the space, a little dance, you can feel free to dance and explore in that space. So that's my little 10-minute task for nature on the Wednesday. And also I'd like to finish by saying it's really good to give back to nature, because nature at the end of the day supplies us with everything we need in the earth. And I found a little quote. It's a bit bigger than a quote actually, but it's beautiful, and I believe it's very true. And I found it just on Google. If you truly love nature, you will find beauty everywhere. Nature always wears the colours of the spirit. Look deep into nature and then you'll understand everything a little better. And I really do think that's true, that we will notice the beauty everywhere. And you can see that in the Fibonacci sequence, you can see that in lots of things in life. And giving back, planting. Now is winter, but it's a perfect time to start germinating some seeds, for the spring. And you can germinate them in old pots, yogurt pots, and like that, then put them in the recycling, or even better in like egg holders, because they're biodegradable, so you can just pop them straight into the soil. And all these things that we all have these days, like you can pop a little seed in there and let it grow. And I've got, there's plenty of different seeds that you can use. So I've got some lupins here, some cornflower, which is good for the bees, and I've got some vegetables. And these are just, you can plant them in your house, and you can pop them in your balcony, in your garden. You don't need to have a lot of space. And then I'll just show you what a friend made me for Christmas. She grows herbs in her garden, and she just picked them, dried them in her attic, and then gave me little packets of herbs for Christmas that I can use in cooking and whatnot. So it's a lovely time now, even though we're in still midwinter, to plant some seeds and start to see those new bulbs growing. And you can even plant early potatoes and just get outside. And we know how good it is for our mental health. And there's a lot of science behind it, particularly in Japan with Shirin-Roku. And yeah, it's just really good for us and really beneficial. So if you can get the time to try those little exercises, get more outside, I really think it will be beneficial for our mind, body, and our spirit. Thanks for having this time with me. And I think I've probably run a little bit over as usual. But thank you very much. I hope that was helpful, and maybe I'll